August 25th. I just want to start here just to show what I meant.
Percent. I see I got a big, large audience of males. Females, no. I mean, no support there, even though I'm trying to help, save, but the interest is not there. And the age group, they got me basically with the senior citizens, but before it was a whole bunch from, it was these numbers just, these numbers were not zero. Now they're all zeros. And Spanish translations and look for information that might help with the research. And by the way, I mean look at the total views, 221,696. It's like again, it's a small channel compare in the planet. I don't think there's even 500, but the whole every single country had tuned in once or twice.
That was during Comet Ison period, and that was also Comet Leonard, and also Comet 12P Palms Brooks period. Here's the latest on my stats from July 28th to August 24th. An increase of 21. Thank you. Be nice to get to 1,000 just for symbolic purposes. We got the watch hours here. Content creators, you all know about this. As far as the hours is concerned, this was when I showed the first video was right here where the pointer's at, and I got eliminated 2,000 hours. So basically, I'm starting from scratch again. So just to let you know, putting this out there, for me to be eligible, I need to crack that 1,000, and I need to get 4,000 hours, which is not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I mean, after you lose 2,000, and this been basically hovering at the 1,000, that's just to let you know that I'm not doing this for dinero. I have to put this out for some of you that's been looking at my site and kind of figuring out who the hell is. The reason is because the number one search has been the Vet Father channel as of recent. So they're putting myself in your shoes. So who the hell is this guy? Broken English, grammar's bad quality, bad thumbnails, no HD, low tech. Talking about comets. He says he's done it for 30 years, which I have. So I could understand this being number one search out there. But just to show you that I am not making centavo in doing this video. And I see the second one is 2 spacecraft can intercept. Make it 3. The Spitzler. Don't forget the Spitzler. A lot of people don't even mention that. And so these are basically the top search. And I've lost over 20,000 views was eliminated also. Right here. It was 220 something. I lost 20,000. View count still dropping. So you see I'm very, very loved. And now my intro. Anything I say is my opinion only, and it's for entertainment purposes. So whatever I put out, I have to be careful what I say. I'm walking on eggshells like a minefield. Oh boy, I just did it again. Of eggshells, a different perspective, mythology, stars. I cover it all, folks. I do my best. I bring 1%. I promise that I bring 1% to the table. I bring 1% guaranteed. But in this case, I brought more than 1%. The thing is, I'm one step beyond. Like, for example, the recent example is I was saying that Mars orbiter was going to be used before it became news. And I had videos on that. So basically, almost everything. And if you look at the video that's called I'm having a Job, thinking of Job, or a Jonah moment, you will see that I'm reluctant to sometimes say things in the head because they'll come true, but to never give a date. Never give a date. That was my mistake on the 8 point. I see that you study my bio. Yes, I've had a couple near-death experiences. Yes, I've had traumatic experience in the jungles of Panama and discovered some things that's beyond the twilight zone or the outer limits or one step beyond. And I've saved right place, right time in numerous occasions. Yes, Native American history. I believe the symbolic the meaning of the white buffalo. I feel a strong connection there. And I worked one day out of the week in the museum in Madison, Wisconsin, where they have the exhibits of the ancient Americans ruined on a third shift. Nobody wanted to work the Saturday, so they paid me double time to work the third shift and told me to stay put in the lobby at night. Well, it was third shift. But me curious, I went up there, look at the artifacts of the ancient past of the Native American Indians of Wisconsin and that Midwest. And there was some very paranormal enlightenment, acceptance, amigos, amigas, spiritually connection with that. So yes, I've experienced numerous things like all of us have, but I was in the front lines of one step beyond, and I'm still here, believe it or not. It's a miracle that I'm still even here after all the abuse, after all the tests that I conducted or was part of. To all you have to do is look at one of the videos that I have about this one right here and this one right here, because both of them connected at the exact moment. And comets do have identity. They have their own personality. They all have their messengers. And sometimes I am granted, like this here video. So a lot of you, I follow constellations and I read the ancient stories. Some of them are very heavy duty. Some of them are real heavy duty. And I did predictions once in a while. I'm reluctant to do that. And I communicated with the AI and had to teach us stuff they didn't even know, like a child. This is what I do. I look at constellations, my dreams. I talk about my dreams, the Twilight Zone, my connection, my love for Christ Almighty, my experience in hospital, follow the sun. So there's these stories here. I lost my diary was after almost 30 years, and all of a sudden disappeared. This video here, this video there, that there. Sometimes I see pareidolia in my face and I just show it. I don't hide back. Now I'm on this final quest. I've done approximately, since Hellbop, major comments. I'm not exaggerating now, because a lot of this stuff, it's not even on YouTube. YouTube only has like maybe the comments that I covered, guessing approximately 20% of the majors. But I used to have participated in other websites that covered comments, and they were overnight, they were just wiped out. Men's News Daily, I covered fathers' rights, death statistic, all that was wiped out. I'm mostly like a researcher. That's my passion. And this is most of the people that I ran with are all gone. There's a few left, and they're successful. God bless them. I know who they are. They know who I am. For you new people, you're gonna say, "Wow, no, I didn't started doing this yesterday. I've been doing this for decades, since the 90s, 2000, 2010 to 20. So I've been doing this, and I look at this in a different perspective. This video here is just that since the number one search, I'm Latino, Puerto Rican, disabled, veteran. God uses his people to conduct tests. It might be in the minute places, because there's hundreds of thousands out there. So this is basically where I come from. I come from this from a different angle. I don't run with the pack, and I look at this totally different. I know it might be bizarre. I'm really heavy into the Book of Revelation, Book of Enoch, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Ethiopian Bible, the ancient text that hasn't been changed. You see it here just briefly. I mean, I've covered comets before. You know, I'm like one lighthouse in the middle of the. I'm just one lighthouse. Yes, I am a soldier, and yes, I'm from Chicago. Yes, I'm one of the original fathers' rights. I'm pointing out the social decay, the message that reach all the way to heaven, to the door to God. I have to speak like the Riddler, and I was gonna do this right here about this, and then all of a sudden I got zapped out with the earthquake. You gotta be careful with the words you say. There's a thing called the Kraken. There is an ocean within the ocean that's been proven. Those guys prove it like a barrier, and underneath it is another ocean, and they had a helicopter accident and they all perished with the other footage. We live in a world of gotta be careful with the palabra. In the world of where the truth is not revealed. I've done this before for a long time. I cover the social, and I cover everything, to be honest with you. Why do I do it? Because that's my assignment. And like I said, I bring 1%. That's the best I could do. But in this case, I'm bringing more. I've already put pieces of the puzzle before the event even started. Remember the Spitzler. That's another one. That's why I stand. I'm definitely this right here, and pointed out the problems. And so this is my number one video. 61,000, and he was right. And that Book of Enoch, the destruction of the ego from within. I mean, people, it is said by Christ himself, in the latter times they will have eyes, but they won't be able to see. And yes, I did my little back with this right here, the water molecules, and there's a shape here I need to restudy of 3i Atlas, because there's a design in this that I'm starting to notice. Next video will be just pure science. I'm just glancing. This is like during the Mariner, before 1965, we knew about clouds on Mars. This is a Mariner old archive video. Panama, the spraying, the poisoning, they even got it on video right here. They even acknowledge it. And then we got Ceres. See, this is what the amateurs, the view they could take of it. Ceres, I've been on Ceres a while back. That was 12 years ago. And when Comet Ellen came, I had a lot of Comet Ison, but I did the big mistake not posting it. And this was my first video here about Mars, and I didn't post it, but I did cover Ison intensely. Basically, this is all I have left. What you're dealing with is somebody that looks, it's local enough to look at this from all angles. You can't leave. So I'm on the puzzle board. Remember the puzzle board that we're working on? I'm on the local side, the think out of the box side. Try to connect this with possible repetitive events from the past and the clues, because they left clues. Each constellation is written to be deciphered, or try to decipher it. I do my best, and I would do, and also to the ones that control the Science Institute is the same ones that controls the web. It's the same organization that controls this. So just throw that in there. So that's where we're at. That's where I'm at. That's about a little bit about me. And I'll edit this video later and put it out and see if it goes out. Because sometimes I they'll do videos when I'm really in tune, and then it gets pop, goodbye. So let's see. Red Father out.